It was a cold evening in a crowded downtown restaurant. The chatter was loud, the glasses clinked, and the smell of fresh bread filled the air. Then the door opened. A frail little girl stepped inside. Her hair was tangled, her shoes worn thin, and her small hands clutched a torn jacket. She wasn't there to beg. She wasn't there to steal. All she wanted was food. But instead of asking with words, she lifted her eyes toward the grand piano in the corner and whispered softly, "Can I play for food?" The room fell quiet for a second, and then came the laughter. A few waiters smirked. A man at the bar snorted. Someone whispered, "A homeless girl? Playing piano? Impossible." But the little girl didn't back away. She just stood there, fragile but fearless. Her name was Lily, 12 years old, and already carrying the weight of a lifetime. Her father was gone. Her mother had worked 2 jobs until her body gave up. And when sickness took her away too, Lily was left with nothing but hunger and the memory of music. She used to sit beside her mother, pressing the piano keys while her mom guided her fingers softly. That piano was her comfort, her world, the one thing that made her forget how cruel life could be. Now she had no piano, no home, no warmth, just a dream that refused to die. That night, she walked past the restaurant, drawn in by the glow of light and laughter. People inside were eating, smiling, living. And in the corner stood a black grand piano, shining under the lights. Her stomach ached, her lips trembled, and she thought, maybe, just maybe this is my chance. She didn't ask for money. She didn't beg for pity. She simply stepped forward and said again, "Can I play for food?" The manager frowned, unsure if she was serious. A waiter whispered, "She probably doesn't even know a single note." But Lily didn't move. Her eyes were steady. After a long pause, the manager sighed. "Fine," he said. "Go ahead." She walked toward the piano. Each step echoed in the hush that had fallen over the room. As she sat down, soft giggles rippled through the crowd. Her hands hovered over the keys, trembling not from fear, but from hunger and cold. And then she played. The first notes were quiet, almost uncertain. But soon, they grew stronger, deeper, filled with something raw and beautiful. Her fingers moved like they remembered every lesson her mother had ever taught her. The music rose, gentle and powerful, weaving a story of sorrow and hope all at once. Within seconds, the laughter stopped. Conversations froze. Forks were set down midair. The restaurant, once noisy and bright, had gone completely still. Every note carried her story. The loneliness, the hunger, the loss, but also the courage, the light, the belief that even broken hearts can still create something beautiful. An elderly couple sitting nearby felt tears roll down their cheeks. A young boy watched with wide eyes. Even the manager stood frozen, guilt washing over him as he realized what he almost dismissed. When the final chord echoed into silence, no one moved. And then applause, soft at first, then louder, until the whole room stood on its feet. Lily sat there, stunned, her small hand still resting on the keys. For the first time in years, she felt seen. People cheered. Some shouted, "Encore," but all she could do was smile through tears. She had walked in hungry and given them something money couldn't buy, a piece of her soul. The elderly couple approached her first, embracing her gently. "Where are your parents, dear?" the woman asked. "I'm alone," Lily whispered. The woman's eyes filled with tears. Then, from the back of the room, a man in a tailored suit stood up. He wasn't just another diner. He was a renowned music producer, known across the city. He walked over, knelt to her level, and said softly, "You have a gift the world needs to hear." The manager, realizing what had just happened, hurried to the kitchen. Within minutes, plates of steaming food were brought out, soup, bread, warm pie. But this time, nobody looked at her with pity. They looked at her with admiration. The crowd that had laughed now saw her for what she truly was. Not a homeless girl, but a prodigy. That night, Lily's life changed. The kind couple took her in, promising she'd never go hungry again. The producer arranged lessons, instruments, opportunities. And within months, she was performing on real stages. Her story spread across the country. The homeless girl who played for food, and became a symbol of hope. Years later, in a grand concert hall filled with thousands, Lily sat before another piano, this time under glowing lights. As her fingers danced across the keys, she looked out into the crowd and saw them, the same couple who first believed in her. They stood in the front row, tears in their eyes, clapping with pride. The music swelled, and for a moment, Lily's heart returned to that cold night. The laughter, the doubt, and the courage it took to sit at that piano anyway. That was the moment her life began again. Because greatness doesn't come from wealth or appearance. It comes from the forgotten, the hungry, the overlooked, those who refuse to give up on their gift. And for Lily, one brave request for food became the start of a life where she no longer had to ask. Her music spoke for her, and the world listened. This is the Black narrative. Resilient stories, real voices. If this story moved you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because these are the stories they don't want you to hear. Tell us in the comments what part of Lily's journey inspired you the most. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep believing.